Okay, so here's a breeding update. This is Fluffy and Sprite. And Fluffy is sitting in the box. And Sprite is acting like he's doing his part. He's pecking her face and fluffing up all his feathers and stuff. It's him saying, I'm ready to breed. I'm not sure any breeding is actually happening, though. Everybody in here seems to be kind of on hold. Oh, look, there's Breezy and Bubba out of the nest. So let's take a peek real quick, because you know Breezy will never get off those eggs. Oh, look at that. She's got 5 eggs. Now, to me, those eggs look kind of big. And I asked somebody, do some hens lay bigger eggs than others? And he said, well, sometimes they lay bigger eggs when they're infertile. Great. They're a first-time pair, and I have not seen them breeding. Bubba's playing the part, but I haven't seen them breeding. So, on the other hand, with Royal and Matilda, I definitely saw them breeding. Matilda's on 6 eggs at this point. Well, that was yesterday. Let's take a peek and see. Let me see, Matilda. Let me see. Let me peek. I think we're up to 7 at this point. That's kind of hard to say because she isn't moving all the way, but whatever it is, it's a lot. And I definitely saw Stratus and Hyacinth mating. And Hyacinth has her 3 eggs that she's sticking with. So that's that. So I hope we're not doing all infertile again. Oh, look, there we go. That's breeding. There's Fluffy and Sprite. Fluffy has not laid any eggs yet, but this is the first time I've seen them actually breeding. It's like they've been discussing it for a week, but they haven't actually been breeding. So I'm glad to see that. Things are much more likely to be fertile if they're actually mating. These two, again, I got all kinds of sitting in box, lovey-dovey, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen them breeding yet. But no eggs yet either. So these two is the same thing. Sky's spending a lot of time in that box, but there are no eggs, and I have not seen them mating. I'm wondering, and these two are on hold. I've never seen Coco go this long with a nest box and no eggs. But again, I haven't seen them breeding either. So we've had this turn in the weather. We were having spring-like conditions, so much so that the trees were starting to bloom. Because it was warm and dry. And we've all of a sudden hit a whole bunch of rain. And it's been very dark, very overcast and dark. And birds respond to the amount of light that they're getting. So it might be that a week of relatively dark days put everybody on hold. We're supposed to clear up for a while, so we'll see what happens, although we're still pretty overcast today. No eggs here. She's actually acting like she has a baby, an egg bump there, but I don't know. We'll wait and see. These two, lots of love. The two of them both spend all day in the nest box. Haven't seen any breeding. Lilith does not spend all day in the nest box. She's clearly claimed it. It's hers. She sits outside the door and flaps her wings at it to mark her territory, but she doesn't go inside it very much. You know, Sear is hard brown. Same thing down here. Let's see what is. Yep, same thing on Fluffy. Let's see, what's hers look like? Sky's definitely brown. Rainbow's is a little bit whitish. It's tan. So maybe she's moving in some direction or another. Sparky is being a great dad. I did see he and Kelly breeding. Kelly, last time I checked, was sitting on 3 eggs, and when I went back and reviewed the film, I saw that one of the eggs looks like it's dried out. Like probably the first egg she laid and it's not fertile. But let's see if you can see what's in there today. Hi, Kelly. Oh, we're up to 4. She laid another. Do you see that one egg that looks like it's cut in half? It's dried out. So, but that's okay. I saw them breeding, so there's that. And these two I just brought in. This is Hedwig and Verde, and they have bred before, and Verde is a 4 or 5-year-old hen. I forget which, but she was a fantastic mother. I gave her Verde when he was about 10 months old, and, you know, totally inexperienced, and she whipped him into shape and brought up a whole nest of babies, and they got the job done. So, I did not keep any of their babies because I didn't get the one that I'm looking for. What I want is another Hedwig, only male. Hedwig's a very interesting bird because she is a cinnamon opaline gray, but she's also a clear flight pied, which is a rare. And it makes her almost white. She could almost be a Texas clear body the way she looks, except for the fact that she has one clear wing feather and one clear long tail feather. But 2 of the 5 babies that they threw last time had perfect markings for clear flight pied, meaning all of their flight feathers and both of their long tail feathers were clear. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a repeat performance. We'll see what we get. And I have confidence, in spite of her age, that she's going to kick some you-know-what. The one weak link here is Verde. He was one of those that really suffered from the air sac mite thing, and subsequently from the calcium dump. But he's looking hale and hearty. I put them in there, and he's, you know, fluffing up his feathers and chirping and looking in that box like he's interested. So, I think he's feeling good. And, you know, with Hedwig, she is going to make this happen. She runs that show, let me tell you. So I have high hopes for these two. On our little family over here, Mama stopped sleeping in the nest box. I came out yesterday morning and their water bowl was all full of poop, as though somebody had slept on it, standing on the edge of it all night long. So I came out the next night and it was her. So I pulled her, and Daddy's in here doing it on his own. It was interesting. I sat and watched them for a while before I took her out, and when she went in the box, the babies were silent. When Daddy went in the box, they all started squeaking and hollering, "Chili bee, feed me, feed me." And the minute he went in there and started feeding babies, she would climb in there too and interrupt it. So she was trying to get in between him and the babies because she was thinking about, you know, maybe we should breed. And then on top of that, when she climbed in the nest box, the babies would all crawl into the corners and like they were trying to hide. So she was getting ready to do the hormonal switch. So I pulled her out, and Dad's large and in charge, and he's getting the job done very nicely. We'll take another look at the babies because I have to change their box again here pretty soon. Largely, I'm glad to see these two breeding. Hopefully we're going to get some fertile eggs out of them. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that we're going to get a whole bunch of fertility out of Matilda and Royal, and out of Stratus and Hyacinth. Only 3 eggs, but we'll take it. And I'm pretty sure that at least, okay, she just laid another egg, so at least 3 of the 4. I think the very first egg that she laid, which was shortly after I put them in here, was not fertile. But, and I think I can see it in there. You know, it's that half-empty look that eggs get when they start to dry out. But it looks like she's laid another one, and I saw them breeding, and Sparky's doing his job beautifully. So, I have high hopes for them. And the rest of these guys, you know, some's got them on hold, but I'm sure that we're going to get there. So I'm just going to be patient. We're going to get some sunshine in the next couple of days, so hopefully that will help. But everybody's looking hale and hearty. There's lots of love, just not lots of breeding. Oh, look at this. Oh, there's Cinnamon out with her Hardy. In case you can't tell, Cinnamon, the one climbing on the walls, is most likely Verde's sister. See him? That's Verde. And that's Cinnamon. I got them from the same place, and they are identical, except for being male and female. So, and the same age and everything else. So, I'm pretty sure they're related, so I'm making sure not to breed them together. So we'll wait and see what happens with these two. They're in love. Cinnamon's doing this weird climbing around the boxing. I think what she's doing is she sees Sky over here. And she's kind of trying to mark her territory by climbing, like, let me out of here. I'm going to chase her away, you know. But most of the time, she's mellow and inside of that box and loving on her Hardy. So I have high hopes. I'd just like Jester, you need to get busy. I think this is, the females are sitting on the boxes, their sears are brown, it's the males that aren't doing anything. They're not holding up their end of the deal, but hopefully they'll put it together. I'll get Porky over here. Coco went inside the box. He's going to sit there and sing to her. Yes, it's a beautiful box. Oh, there he goes. Get busy in there, will you? Okay, so that's the breeding update. We'll take a look at see him? He eats and feeds. So we'll take a look at Limey's babies in a little bit to get their box cleaned out.